don't believe this.
He never noticed his maid until he saw her in a red dress. Now he's obsessed, but she was invisible on purpose, and he's about to discover her secret.
Welcome to my library. I'm Lena, and our story is just beginning.
Chapter 1, Invisible.
I prefer being unseen.
The last time a man really saw me, he locked the office door. 2 years, 730 days waking up at 5 in the morning since that day. 730 days walking into this mansion at 6 o'clock sharp. And not one of those days has Jackson Steele looked at me. Not really. My choice, my victory, my safety. I'm part of the decor, a piece of furniture that makes coffee and folds towels, a ghost that cleans in silence, and it's fine because it's exactly what I wanted. Being invisible is safe. Being invisible means no one tries to touch me with the wrong intentions. No one makes comments about my body. No one invades my personal space with stares that last too long. I learned that lesson the hard way at my previous job. Small office, boss who decided my skirt was an invitation, that my polite smile meant interest, that his position gave him rights to my body, his hand on my shoulder sliding down slowly. You're so beautiful, Cassidy, so special, the slimy words, breath too close, the office door locked, me frozen, scared, not knowing how to escape without losing the job I needed. Never again, I swore to myself, never again be seen like that. So I changed the rules, cut my hair and started pulling it into a bun so tight it gives me headaches. Bought clothes 3 sizes too big, gray, beige, black, shapeless, lifeless. Nothing that draws attention. Put on glasses, even though I don't need them. Perfect vision. But glasses make you look serious, intellectual, untouchable. And it worked because Jackson Steele never looked twice, never even looked once. Not really. The routine is mechanical, religious. He comes down at 7:03, always 7:03, not before, not after. 2 years without fail. Impeccable suit, hair damp from the shower, smell of expensive soap, and something masculine that's just him. He walks into the kitchen and I've already prepared everything. Black coffee, no sugar, no milk, nothing. Strong and bitter like him. I place the cup on the island. Italian marble, black with gold veins. He grabs it without looking, drinks half standing up, always standing, looks at his phone, emails, messages, people wanting his attention, finishes the coffee, sets the cup back down, and then comes the only word he directs at me, thanks, without looking, without inflection, automatic. You're welcome, Mr. Steele. My response equally automatic, and he's already leaving, confident steps, expensive shoes. I'm invisible again, but here's the truth. I see him. I see everything. His coffee black with no sugar at 7:03 always. Tuesday meetings with his gray suit because it's his favorite. When he's stressed, he rubs his left temple with 2 fingers. Calls from his mother he always ignores. Margaret Steele, name on the screen. He looks. Rejects. Every week. Same thing. There's a story there. Old hurt. Deep anger. But it's not my place to ask. I know he drinks coffee slower when he's slept poorly, that he prefers meetings before noon, that he works too late, sleeps too little, smiles rarely, almost never. I know Jackson Steele. I observe. I pay attention. He doesn't know I exist, doesn't know my full name, doesn't know anything about me, but I know him. Everything. Riley thinks it's sick. Last night at my cramped apartment, she confronted me. Cass, you have to live. I was organizing books. Always organizing something. I live. I work. I pay bills. Boring! She threw a pillow. When was your last date? Pause. Long. Awkward. Oh, I don't remember. Exactly, Riley triumphant. Did you say yes to Trevor or not? Trevor, her boyfriend's cousin's friend. Photos on the phone. Nice smile. Stable job. Normal. Safe. Riley, I don't know. Yes or no, she insisted. Eyes fixed. Determined. Heavy sigh. I said yes. Finally! Tomorrow! 8 at night, don't cancel! She clapped. Too happy. Tomorrow? Yes, restaurant downtown. Casual. You're going. Don't argue. She crossed her arms. Case closed. And here I am today. Date day. Knot in my stomach since I woke up at 5 in the morning. Normal routine. Arrived at the mansion at 6. Cleaned. Organized. Made the coffee. 7:03. Jackson comes down. Gray suit. It's Tuesday. Important meeting. I set down the coffee. He takes it. Thanks. You're welcome, Mr. Steele. Doesn't look, as always, ghost to him. I work all day with that date in my head, Trevor. 8 at night. I have to look presentable. I have to seem normal. Human, not the invisible ghost I've become. Problem. My apartment is far. 40 minutes by bus. Date at 8. I finish here at 6. Not enough time. Can't go home. Get ready and come back downtown. Decision. I'll get ready here at the mansion in the staff room. Jackson always leaves at 7. Meetings. business, mafia things I pretend not to know about. Mansion stays empty, safe. Brought the dress hidden in my bag. Red. Bought it 3 months ago. Saved up every penny. Went to the store alone. Riley doesn't know. Wanted something that was mine. My choice. Red. Fitted. Elegant. The opposite of everything I wear. Work faster than normal. Kitchen gleaming by 5. Living room spotless. His clothes organized. Everything perfect. 6:30. Jackson in the office on a video meeting. I hear voices. Goes until 7. Always does. Run to the staff room. Small. Twin bed. Tiny bathroom. Closet. Enough. Lock the door. Heart racing. Take the dress out of my bag. Red. Intense. Scary. I hold it. Soft fabric. Expensive. 3 months of savings. Worth every penny. Quick shower. Hot water. Muscles relax. Wash my hair. Heavy when wet. Longer than I remember. When was the last time I paid attention? Get out. Towel wrapped. Shaking. Not from cold. From nerves. Anticipation. Fear. Put on the dress and it slides over my body like liquid silk. Hugs my waist. Shows curves that exist, that I've hidden for 2 years. Elegant neckline. Not vulgar. Suggestive but classy. Knee-length timeless. Beautiful. Very beautiful. Let down my hair. Natural waves fall. Dark, long. Almost to the middle of my back. When did someone last see my hair down? Can't remember. Makeup. Light. Mascara for longer lashes. Nude lipstick for defined lips. Soft blush on my cheekbones. Nothing over the top. Transformative anyway. Put on the heels. Black. High. Long legs. Posture changes. Shoulders back. Chin up. Confidence from the heels. Look in the foggy mirror and don't recognize the woman. Hair down. Red dress. Makeup. Heels. Who is this? Who are you? I whisper. Laugh alone. Nervous. Half hysterical. Cassidy Warren, 26 years old. Literature degree on hold. Sick father. Medical bills. Postponed dreams. But alive. Still here. Still capable of wearing red. Grab the small black clutch borrowed from Riley. Phone inside. Lipstick. Keys. ID. Check the time. 7:15. Perfect. Deep breath. Look in the mirror one last time. The woman in the red dress looks back. Strong. Beautiful, visible, for one night, just one night, and then I go back to being a ghost. But today I live. Leave the room, heart pounding, heels clicking on the floor, empty hallway, silent mansion. Jackson must have left, always leaves at 7. Cross toward the front door, almost there, almost free. Red dress swaying, hair loose. For the first time in 2 years I exist. And outside this mansion, in a city that doesn't know me, I'm going to pretend for a few hours that I'm normal, that I'm seen, that I'm someone beyond invisible. Jackson Steele still in the office, unaware, not knowing, not seeing, as always. Tomorrow I'll go back to the tight bun, to the baggy clothes, to the glasses, to safe invisibility. But today, I wear red. Chapter 2, The Red Dress.
Tonight, I exist.
7 at night. Time to leave. Time to be free for a few hours at least. Open the staff room door slowly. Silently, ghost habit, peek into the hallway and it's empty. Perfect. Jackson always leaves at 7 religiously. Meetings, business, things that don't concern me. Deep breath and my heel clicks on the marble floor. Strange sound because I never wore heels here. Always sneakers, silent, invisible. But today the click-click echoes, announcing, proclaiming that someone is here. Cross the side hallway with my heart racing, clutch tight in my hand, red dress swaying gently, hair loose down my back, strange sensation, liberating and scary at the same time. Turn the corner, almost at the front door, almost at freedom, almost. Footsteps. My heart stops, literally stops for a full second. Male footsteps, confident, quick, coming from the opposite hallway, from the bedroom side, and no, he shouldn't be here. He's never here at 7 at night. I freeze with my feet glued to the floor, unable to move, to breathe, to disappear, and the red dress betrays me because it's impossible to be invisible in red. And then he turns the corner. Everything happens in slow motion, like in the movies, those moments where time stretches and each second lasts an eternity. Jackson Steele in his gray suit, the Tuesday one, loosened tie, top button open, sleeves rolled up to his elbows showing defined forearms, muscular, messy hair like he's run his hand through it 1,000 times. He turns and sees someone, a woman in his hallway, red dress, dark hair down, high heels, stops completely, feet fixed like a statue, eyes wide, mouth slightly open, confusion written all over his face. Who? He starts the word. I turn in a reflexive movement without thinking, and our eyes meet, and I see it, see the exact moment, the recognition, the disbelief, the absolute shock washing over him. Cassidy, my name. He said my name, voice hoarse and incredulous as if pronouncing a word in a foreign language. He blinks fast, twice, 3 times, as if he thinks he's seeing wrong, like it's a hallucination, a mirage, an impossibility. Looks again. Slower this time, from top to bottom, studying every detail. Hair, face, dress, legs, heels, then back to my face. It's her, the invisible housekeeper, the coffee ghost, the woman he's never really seen. You, the word dies in his throat, and he tries again. What? Dress? And he stammers. Jackson Steele stammers. The man who commands empires, who negotiates millions, who never loses composure. Eloquence vanished, disappeared, evaporated with the red dress. My face burns like pure fire. Panic explodes in my chest because he shouldn't be here. Never here at this time. Mr. Steele, my voice comes out high-pitched and shrill. I thought, you always leave at 7. I'm red. I know I am. Feel the heat spreading, the embarrassment, the shame. Caught, exposed, seen for the first time. Sorry, I try to pass, escape, disappear, go back to being a ghost. But he moves fast and blocks me, large body between me and the door. Doesn't even realize he did it. Pure instinct. Wait! One word. A command, not a request. I need to go. I try again, desperate now. Where? Curious, invasive, eyes fixed on me, storm gray, analyzing, devouring, seeing everything for the first time in 2 years. Meeting, a date. The words tumble out, stumbling over each other. Something crosses his face fast. A shadow I can't identify. Date, he repeats like it's a strange word in his mouth. Yes, that's why the dress. My breathing tries to calm down but fails miserably. Sorry for using here. Didn't have time to go home and get ready and... With who? Abrupt. Sharp. Cutting through my rambling. I blink, confused. What? Who's the date with? He insists, and takes half a step closer, invading my space, dominating it, making everything shrink around us. A friend, Riley's friend, and why am I answering? Why is he even asking? Name, not a question, a command, a demand for information. Why does that matter? Genuinely confused because he never cares about my life, never asks, never shows interest. Silence hangs between us, and he looks confused at himself, as if the question materialized without permission. Doesn't matter. Pause. Does it? Frowning like he's processing something unexpected. The silence that follows is strange, dense, charged with something I can't name. Electricity in the air, tension that cuts, that suffocates both of us. He doesn't move, just keeps looking, studying me like I'm a puzzle he needs to solve. Is he picking you up here? Continuing his interrogation. No, I'm meeting him downtown. Too fast, too defensive. How? Next question. Automatic. Relentless. Uber, he repeats with a disapproving tone that's clear and obvious, as if Uber were a personal offense to him. And then he just looks for real. For the first time in 730 days, looks like he actually sees me. Like I exist, like I'm real, and standing right in front of him. His eyes travel slowly, very slowly, taking in the red dress, fitted, showing curves he never noticed existed before, defined waist, hips that baggy clothes hid, legs that sneakers and shapeless pants camouflaged so well, my face that he never saw, always hidden behind hair up, glasses, zero makeup, but now with hair down in dark waves, clean face, soft makeup, bigger eyes, defined lips, visible cheekbones, beautiful, always there, and he never saw it. You, lower voice, hoarse, confused. Were you always like this? Like what? Defensive. My arms cross in instinctive protection. Beautiful. The word escapes with no filter, no control, just raw truth hanging in the air. I freeze completely. Brain shuts down. Heart races out of control. Because he said beautiful. Jackson Steele just called me beautiful. He realizes it. I see it in his eyes. The shock of having said it out loud. Of having verbalized something he shouldn't have. He tries to fix it. Backtrack. My phone explodes with a loud ringtone. Shrill and piercing. Riley calling. Salvation at the perfect moment. Grab it fast. Grateful for the interruption. Hello? Date in 40 minutes. Where are you? Riley screaming. Excited. Anxious on the other end. On my way! I almost yell back in pure relief. Look at Jax, who's still blocking my path, still too close. Excuse me, Mr. Steele. Trying to pass. He moves finally. Open space, but it's small. Way too small. I have to pass close, very close to him. My body brushes his lightly, almost imperceptible, but I feel it. The heat radiating from him. Solidity. Muscles under the expensive suit. His scent wrapping around me. Masculine. Woody. Intense and overwhelming. And he feels it too. I know he feels it because I see his body tense up. Jaw locked tight, breathing deep through his nose. My perfume reaching him. Different because I don't normally wear perfume. But today I sprayed it on. Floral, soft, feminine. And he notices everything suddenly like a dam broke. Pass quickly, almost running, heels clicking frantically. Click, 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 hurried. Desperate. Front door ahead, promising freedom and escape. Don't look back. Can't. If I look, I'll see him. And if I see him, don't know what I'll do. Something dangerous. Leave. And the door closes behind me. Cold night air hits me hard. Lungs expand. First real breath in 5 minutes. Hands shaking. Legs weak. Heart completely out of rhythm. What the hell just happened? Inside, Jackson standing in the hallway alone, staring at the closed door as if he could still see me through it, as if X-ray vision suddenly existed. What the hell was that? He murmurs to himself, voice confused and lost, runs his hand through his hair, messes it up even more, doesn't help. Nothing helps because her image burns in his mind. Red dress, hair down, beautiful face. How did he not see before? Boss? Marcus's voice appearing out of nowhere like always. Are you okay? Jax turns with eyes still distant, still processing everything. Did you know that that she doesn't finish? Because he can't find the words. Marcus smiles knowingly, because he saw her 1,000 times. Everyone saw, everyone except Jax. Beautiful? Everyone knows, boss. I didn't know. Explosion. Rare. Jax never explodes. Always controlled, always composed. But now it's pure frustration pouring out. Marcus laughs because he can't hold it back. Because you never looked. Truth hurts. Cuts deep, and Jax knows it. 2 years, 730 days. Her there every single day, invisible because he chose not to see her. Red dress, he murmurs again, testing the words, savoring them like wine. Boss, she has a date. Irrelevant information that shouldn't matter, but does. With someone. Okay. Marcus confused now. Uber? She's taking an Uber. Clear disapproval in his tone. And nothing. Jax turns, goes to the office with quick steps, determined, back to work. But he doesn't go back. Not really. Sits down, looks at papers spread on his desk, sees nothing, just red dress, hair down, beautiful face, curves, legs, that perfume still lingering. Cassidy Warren, invisible for 2 years, visible for 2 minutes, and he can't unsee it, can't forget it, can't stop thinking about it. She has a date with Trevor, some idiot he doesn't know, who's going to see her in that red dress, who's going to look at her, admire her, maybe even touch her. Jaw locks. Hands clench into fists. Why does this matter? She's an employee. Nothing more. Just coffee and cleaning. Mechanical routine every morning. But she's not. Not anymore. Not after the red dress changed everything. Everything changed in 2 minutes. One hallway, accidental encounter, red dress, and Jackson Steele finally saw what was in front of him all along, and now he can't unsee it. Can't go back. Grabs his phone, opens it, scrolls through contacts, stops at a private number, hesitates because he shouldn't. It's wrong. Invasive. Crossing a line he's never crossed, but dials anyway. Yes, Mr. Steele? Professional voice. Efficient as always. I need information on Cassidy Warren, my housekeeper. Pause. Everything. Everything, sir? Everything. Where she lives, family, history, previous jobs, all of it. Estimated time? Now. Not a request. An order. Urgent. Understood. I'll send it in an hour. Hangs up and looks at the phone in his hand. What is he doing? Investigating an employee. Why? Red dress. The answer comes back. Always comes back. Red dress and scared eyes and hair down and floral perfume and everything that changed. And he wants to know, needs to know who she is, who she's always been, what she hid, why she hid it all, and who Trevor is, and why he deserves to see the red dress when Jax never did for 2 whole years. Jealousy. Strange word. Jackson Steele doesn't get jealous. Doesn't care, doesn't give a damn about anyone. But Cassidy in the red dress matters. And he doesn't know why, doesn't understand it, can't process what's happening to him. Just knows that everything changed in 2 minutes. One hallway, red dress, and his life will never be the same again. Because he finally saw her, and now he can't stop seeing. Outside, Uber arriving right on time. I get in, polite driver, low music playing, 30 minutes to downtown. Look out the window watching city lights passing fast, hands still shaking, heart still racing out of control. Jackson Steele saw me, really saw me for the first time, and said beautiful, and looked at me like a man looks at a woman, not a boss looking at an employee. A man looking at a woman with interest, attraction, confusion written all over his face. Dangerous, very dangerous territory. Tomorrow I'll go back to the bun, the glasses, the invisibility, everything forgotten. Just an accident, strange moment, nothing more than that. But why does my heart still race? Why do my hands still shake? Why do I miss his gaze already? No, not going down that path. Date with Trevor, normal man, safe, predictable, exactly what I need right now. Jackson Steele is danger, is my boss, is untouchable, is impossible in every way. And yet the word echoes in my mind, beautiful in his voice, hoarse, surprised, true and raw. Shake my head hard, pushing away dangerous thoughts. Today, focus on today, on the date, on Trevor, on normalcy and safety. Tomorrow I'll deal with consequences. with looks, with new tension, with everything that changed in 2 minutes. But today, for a few hours, I finally exist beyond these walls. Chapter 3, Stood Up.
I misjudged everything.
7:50 at night and the Uber stops in front of the restaurant, medium-sized, nothing fancy, yellow lights on the facade, tables visible through the windows, normal, safe, exactly what I need. Pay, thank him, get out. Heel touches the ground, adjust the red dress, deep breath. You can do this, Cassidy. It's just dinner, just a normal date with a normal man. Walk in and the hostess smiles, professional, polite. Good evening, reservation, Trevor. I don't know his last name. Shit, should know his last name. She checks her list. Trevor Martinez? Yes, that one. I think so, at least. This way. She guides me to a corner table, 2 seats. Candle in the center, cozy, even romantic. Has he arrived? Not yet, ma'am. Smiles, leaves menu, walks away. Sit down feeling nervous, very nervous. Hands sweat. Wipe on the dress skirt. Doesn't help. Look around. Couples dining, talking, laughing. Seems easy for them. Grab phone. Check time. 7:55. 5 minutes. He should arrive soon. 8 o'clock. Scheduled time. Look at door expecting. Waiting. Nothing. Nobody. Just couples entering, leaving, existing. Phone vibrates with a message. Trevor. Finally. On my way, babe. Babe. He called me babe. We've never really talked. Riley organized everything, but okay. It's affectionate, I guess. Breathe relieved. He's coming. Just late. Traffic, probably. 8:15. Look at door again. Again. Nothing. Where is he? On my way was 15 minutes ago. Waiter approaches. Friendly, but I see pity in his eyes. Would you like to order while you wait? No, thank you. He's almost here. Smile. Forced. Fake. He sees through it. Of course, anything you need, just call. Walks away, leaving me with my growing humiliation. 8:30. 30 minutes late. Message him. Everything okay? I'm waiting. Nothing. Read but no response. Great. Wonderful. Exactly what I needed. People start looking. Subtly. Discreetly. But they look. The girl alone. Red dress. Waiting for someone who clearly isn't coming. Pathetic. Waiter comes back. Are you sure you don't want to order something? Water? Wine? 5 more minutes. Small voice. Tight. Humiliation burning in my throat. Please. He nods, understanding. Walks away again. 8:45. 45 minutes. Saved for 3 months for this dress. Spent an hour getting ready. Faced Jackson Steele in the hallway. All to get stood up. Phone vibrates finally, bastard. Sorry. Something came up. Reschedule? Read it. Reread. Pure rage. Incandescent. Explodes. Something came up. Reschedule. As if I'm an object that can be rescheduled. Repositioned. Reused. Bastard. Complete bastard. Don't respond. Not worth it. He doesn't deserve my words, my time, my anger. Stand up. Grab the small purse. Hands shaking with fury. Not sadness. Not hurt. Fury. Waiter sees. Understands immediately. Sorry about the table. I murmur as I pass. Happens, he says kindly. He's an idiot. Small smile. Grateful for strangers' kindness. Yes, he is. Leave and the cold night air cuts, but it's welcome. Tears burn but don't fall. Won't cry over Trevor. Doesn't deserve my tears. My time. Nothing. Deep breath. Once. Twice. 3 times. Pull out phone to call Uber. Go home. Forget this horrible night. Cassidy. Voice. Masculine. Familiar. Impossible. Freeze completely. Phone in the air. Hand paralyzed. Turn slowly. Not believing. Can't be. Jackson Steele leaning against black BMW. Gleaming. Expensive. Arms crossed. Eyes fixed on me. Mr. Steele? Pure shock. Absolute confusion. What are you doing here? He pushes off the car. Walks toward me. Measured steps. Confident. I was passing by. Lie. Obvious, clear, terrible lie. Nobody passes by casually at a restaurant on the other side of town. Don't believe it, but also don't question, because honestly, don't know what to say. He stops in front of me. Close. Very close. Eyes scan my face. He didn't show. Not a question. A statement. Laugh escapes. Bitter. Harsh. No humor. You noticed? Inside the car. Marcus in the driver's seat watching. Jaw dropped. Whispers to himself. Boss. This is stalking. Jax had said earlier. Shut up. I just want to make sure that. Didn't finish. But Marcus understood. The boss is interested. Dangerously interested. Jax saw when I left alone. Angry face. Hurt. No Trevor. And something in him decided. Now. How long did you wait? Low voice. Controlled. But I sense anger underneath. Contained fury. Irrelevant. Turn to leave. End this humiliating night. Good night, Mr. Come with me. Not a request. Not a suggestion. A command. An expectation. Stop. Turn. What? Dinner. You're ready. I'm going out to dinner. Come. Simple. Direct. As if obvious. I can't. I start. Why not? Challenges. Step closer. Invading space again. You're my boss. Obvious. Evident. Line we don't cross. Off the clock, rebuts immediately. Eyes go down to the dress, come up slowly, openly appreciating, and you're already dressed. Heat rises, face burns. It's wrong. Why? Genuinely curious, head tilted. Because it is, and I don't need pity. Last defense, last wall. He stops. Expression changes. Serious, intense. Pity, repeats. Voice low, dangerous. Takes final step. Eliminates space completely. So close I feel his heat, his scent, his presence dominating everything. Cassidy, hoarse voice. Honest. Since I saw you in that dress, the last thing I felt was pity. Freeze completely. Brain shuts down. Heart races out of control. He's too close. Speaking too seriously. Looking too intensely. Then smiles. Small. Rare. Absolutely devastating. Trust me. Can't breathe. Can't think. Can't process. He waits. Patient. Unusual. Jackson Steele never waits, but now waits for my answer. Why are you doing this? Suspicious. Confused. Need to understand. Honestly? Pause. Considers. I don't know, but I want to. Want to. Simple word. Loaded. Vulnerable. Rare admission from him. Up to you. No strings, just dinner. Shrugs. Casual, but intense eyes betray casualness. Process. Brain tries to function. Partially fails. Horrible date. Stood up. Humiliated. Jackson offering salvation or complication. Or both. Where? Word comes out. Yielding before really deciding. His small smile grows. Clear satisfaction. You'll see. Offers hand. Elegant. Gentlemanly. Look. Hesitate. Deep breath. Accept. His hand swallows mine. Warm, large, secure. He guides me to the car. Opens passenger door. Gesture he's probably never done for anyone. Get in. Luxurious interior. Black leather. Masculine scent. His. Everywhere. Marcus in the driver turns. Boss? Driving, Jack says simply, taking keys from Marcus's hand. Marcus gets out confused. Looks at me. At Jax. Back at me. I'll Uber then. Jack's already getting in the driver's seat. Starting car. Engine purring. Powerful. Marcus walks away pulling out phone. Probably texting someone about the boss's insanity. Silence in the car. Tense. Charged. Never been in his car. Always seeing from outside. Cleaning from outside. But never inside. Never this close. Jax drives. Hands firm on steering wheel. Looks at me quick. Several times. As if making sure I'm still here. Real. Not imagination. How long have you worked for me? Finally asks. Breaking silence. 2 years. 4 months. Automatic answer. Precise. And I never doesn't finish. Clear guilt in voice. Never noticed. I know. No resentment. Just fact. Why? Looks quickly. Why not complain? Demand attention? Honesty escapes. Prefer invisible. Safer. He understands immediately. Something clicks. Someone hurt you. Not a question. Certainty. Previous job, it wasn't appropriate. Understatement of the century. His jaw locks. Muscles jump. Hands tighten on steering wheel. Name. Doesn't matter. Was years ago. Try to minimize. Matters to me. Intense. Final. Threatening somehow. Red light. Car stops. Motorcyclist stops alongside. Looks inside. Sees me. Red dress. Whistles crudely. Jax acts instantly. Window already going down. Voice cold. Dangerous. Problem? Tone makes motorcyclist look properly. See Jax's expression. See real danger. Leaves fast. Very fast. Motorcycle accelerating. You didn't have to. I start. I did. Final. No discussion. His phone rings. Screen lights up. Vanessa. He rejects without looking. Rings again immediately. Insistent. Desperate. He turns phone off completely. Throws it in the glove compartment. Important? Ask. Curious despite myself. Looks at me. Intense. Truthful. Not anymore. Heart jumps. Stomach tightens. What's happening here? We arrive and the restaurant appears, but it's not medium. Not normal. It's expensive. Elegant lights. Uniformed valet, champagne being served at the entrance. Jax, this is... Look scared. Too much? He's already getting out, coming around car, opening my door, hand extended. I don't belong here. Raw truth. Girl from cramped apartment doesn't belong here. He holds my hand, pulls gently until I get out, then says with eyes fixed, you define this place. Look at his hand. Large. Strong. Holding mine. Look at him. Sincere gray eyes. Waiting. Deep breath. Once. Twice. Finally accept. Completely. He smiles. Victorious. Guides me to the entrance. Hand on my waist. Possessive. Protective. And as we enter with golden lights, soft music, curious stares, I realize everything changed in a hallway, a red dress, and now an unexpected date. New territory. Clear attraction. Tension impossible to ignore. And for the second time today, I finally exist. Chapter 4. The Dinner.
Was that you? Was that sis?
Vous adaptar com foco total na fluidez. We enter the restaurant and the world changes. Literally changes. Air becomes more refined. Smell of expensive food. and expensive wine and expensive money, soft golden lights, low classical music, live piano in the corner. The hostess sees Jackson and smiles immediately, professional but familiar. "Mr. Steele, your usual table?" "Yes." Short answer, direct. He clearly comes here often. But then she looks at me with curiosity poorly disguised, clear surprise in her eyes. Jackson Steele never brings a date apparently, and the lady is... Jax takes half a step, body between me and her, possessive, protective, with me. 2 words, just 2, but they carry weight, ownership, declaration. The hostess swallows, understands message, smiles tighter. "Of course, this way please." We follow through the dining room, occupied tables, well-dressed people, low conversations, discreet laughter. Everyone looks, subtly, discreetly, but they look. Jackson Steele with unknown woman, red dress, holding her waist. We reach the table in the corner, private, partial screens giving privacy, view of illuminated garden outside, candles on table, flower arrangement, crystal glasses, silver utensils, romantic, very romantic, too much. Sit down and he pushes chair gently, gentlemanly gesture. He probably does automatically. Sits across from me, close, small table, our knees almost touch underneath. "You always have a table here?" Ask nervous, looking around, trying not to seem completely out of place. "Come for meetings," says casually, grabbing menu. Lie, total lie. Marcus, who arrived after, sitting 3 tables away pretending not to watch us, almost chokes on his water glass. Jax has never brought anyone here. This is his table, private, sacred. And now Cassidy is sitting at it. Grab my menu, open, look and freeze. Prices. Holy prices, appetizer costing more than my electric bill, main course costing my rent, dessert costing my grocery shopping. Swallow hard looking for cheaper option, less absurd. I'll have salad. Jax lifts eyes from menu, looks at me, closes my menu, simply closes it. No, blink confused. "You choose what you want, not what's cheap." Firm voice, final, no negotiation. "Jax," start. Protest dies when I realize I called him Jax. First time. No Mr. Steele, just Jax. He stops completely. Menu forgotten. Looks at me intense. Surprised. Satisfied. Again. What? Confused. Heart racing. "My name. Say it again." Low voice. Hoarse. Request disguised as command. Face burns red like dress. Jax. Small smile. Devastating. Pure satisfaction. Better. Waiter appears. Professional. Polite. "Good evening. May I offer drinks?" Jax orders wine without consulting menu. Expensive brand. Specific year. Special seller. Waiter notes impressed. Leaves. Look at Jax. Him observing me, studying. "How do you know I like literature?" Ask curious. Changing subject to calm racing heart. "You left a book in the kitchen last week, Austin." Casual answer. As if obvious. Freeze totally. "You noticed?" "I noticed that. Didn't notice you. My mistake." Simple admission. Honest. Vulnerable. This completely disarms me. Defenses fall, barriers crack. Literature because words create worlds. Speak honest too. You can be anyone, go anywhere, live 1,000 lives through words. And you want to create worlds. Tilts head. Genuinely interested. Used to, before I had to pay bills. Bitterness in voice. Involuntary. "Why did you stop college?" Direct. No beating around the bush. Sigh, fidget with napkin. Money, sick father, medical bills, expensive treatments. Someone had to work. Pay for everything, choices, silence, him processing, understanding. And now I work, survive, it's enough, try to convince myself. Is it? Challenges, eyes fixed, seeing through the lie, pause, honesty escapes, has to be. Wine arrives, the sommelier opens bottle, serving rituals, tasting, approving. Jax tastes, nods, man pours our glasses, withdraws, grab glass, smell, sip small, smooth, complex, probably incredible, but honestly don't know the difference. Good? Jax asks, watching my reaction. Honesty again, because apparently I lost my filter. Honestly, don't know the difference from boxed wine. He laughs. Genuinely laughs. Rich sound. Warm. Rare. Beautiful. You're refreshing. Is that a compliment? Not sure. Bigger than you imagine. Serious. Truthful. We order food. Jax chooses for us. Trusts the chef. Orders dishes I've never heard of. Waiter notes impressed with his knowledge. Leaves. We talk. Really talk. Not boss employee, just people. He asks about favorite books. I ask about his business vaguely, avoiding illegal parts. He tells about building empire from scratch. I tell about dreams of writing. Food arrives beautifully presented, artistic, delicious. Eat slowly savoring, talking between bites. Then I see movement. Woman approaching. tall, blonde, tight dress, very high heels, eyes fixed on Jax. She reaches the table with pure audacity. Jax, darling, not answering calls anymore. Vanessa, the ex, recognized the name from his phone screen. Looks at me, eyes sweeping top to bottom, clear disdain. And who is this? Before I can answer, before I feel smaller, Jax speaks with voice cold, dangerous, cutting like glass. Vanessa, leave. But, she tries, fake smile, hand going to his arm. Now, one word, tone that allows no discussion, that makes people obey instinctively. Vanessa backs up with shock on face, humiliation, anger, looks at me with venom in eyes, turns, leaves, heels hitting hard on floor. Silence at table, uncomfortable, tense. Sorry, I start. You did nothing, he cuts. Voice returning to normal, even gentle. She's past, distant past. Another waiter approaches nervous after scene. Is everything all right, Mr. Steele? Perfect. Jax dismisses, returns attention to me. Where were we? Keep eating, trying to process. He defended, protected, chose me over X without hesitation. Dessert comes. We share tiramisu. Forks meet in middle of plate. We laugh. Light moment. Sweet. 2 hours pass, fly by. Time distorts when you're talking with someone who really listens, really sees you. Can I ask something? Jax speaks. Dessert finished. Glass is empty. Sure. Why hide? The hair. Clothes. You. Genuinely curious. Not judging. Deep breath. Truth. Because beautiful equals attention. Attention equals danger. Invisible equals safe. And today? Why show today? Because Trevor didn't know the invisible me, only saw old photos of me from before. Thought, maybe normal works. Bitter remembering. It worked, he says serious. Humorless laugh. He didn't show up. Jax leans in intense. Eyes fixed. My luck. Heart jumps. Stops. Races. Was it? Best thing that happened today. Absolute truth in voice. Don't know what to say, how to respond, so don't respond. Can I admit something? He continues. Rare vulnerability. Yes. When I saw you in the hallway today, thought you were an intruder. Small laugh. Seriously, because my housekeeper wasn't you. Was. Always was. Soft. A bit sad. No. Was someone invisible you're impossible not to see. His hand moves. Covers mine on table. Electricity. Immediate. Intense. Undeniable. His hand large. Warm. Calloused. Enveloping mine. Jax, warning but without conviction. I know, no strings, but can I admire? Admire, strange word. You, this night, this dress. You, repeats last word. Emphasis, deep meaning. Can't breathe, can't think straight. Just feel heat of his hand, intensity of his eyes. Waiter brings check. Jax pays without looking at amount. Leaves absurd tip. We leave. Valet already bringing car. Jax helps me in. Hand on waist lingering. Fingers pressing gently. Thank you for dinner. Genuine. Best night in years. Thank you for accepting, he responds. Rare for man like him to thank. Get in car. He drives. Low music. Soft jazz. Different tension now. Sexual. Undeniable. Thick air. Charged. I'll take you. Where? Asks but doesn't want to ask. I feel it. My apartment. Need to change. Work tomorrow. You don't have to. Starts. I do. It's my job. Firm. Realistic. What if I don't want you to come back as a housekeeper? Low voice. Dangerous. Tempting. What do you mean? Heart races. Know what he's suggesting but need to hear. Like, this. Us. Whatever this is. Jax. Can't mix. Already mixed. Cuts. Looking quickly. The second I saw you in that dress. Silence. Heavy. Honest. I don't know what this is. Admit vulnerable. Don't know what you want. You. Simple. Direct. Devastating. I want you. More than housekeeper. More than coffee at 7:03. More than invisible. I want you. Tears burn. Not from sadness. From something else. Something bigger. Something scary. What if I mess everything up? Real fear. What if it doesn't work? I lose my job. Lose stability. You lose nothing. His hand finds mine. Intertwines fingers. Promise. You're safe, always. With me, you're safe. We reach my building. Small, old, so different from his world. He stops, turns off car, looks at building. Back to me. Can I see you tomorrow? Outside work? Jax, please. Rare word from him. Vulnerable request. Just dinner again or coffee or anything. Just want to see you. Process. Brain versus heart. Logic versus feeling. Safety versus risk. Okay. Comes out small. Scared, but true. Okay. His smile is worth everything. Lights up face. Years fall away. Dangerous man becomes happy man. Tomorrow then. Confirms. Tomorrow. Agree. Get out. He gets out too. Walks with me to building door. Unnecessary gesture but appreciated. At door we turn. Too close. He tall. Me in heels almost reaching. Eyes almost level. Good night, Cassidy. Hoarse voice. Eyes on my lips. Wanting but waiting. Good night, Jax. Breath caught. Waiting too. Wanting too. He leans in slow. Giving time for me to pull back. Don't pull back. Lips brush my cheek. Soft, warm, promising more. Pulls back. Small smile. Returns to car. Enter building. Weak legs. Out of control heart. Chaotic mind. What just happened? Jax took me to dinner. We talked for hours. He held my hand. Asked to see me again. Almost kissed me. Climb stairs. Enter cramped apartment. Close door. Lean against it. Slide to floor. Red dress still hugging body. Heels hurting feet. But smiling. Smiling so much it hurts. Because for the first time in 2 years I'm not invisible. I'm seen. I'm wanted. I'm possible. And tomorrow everything can change again. Chapter 5. The morning after 6 in the morning.
What did I start?
The alarm rings. My hand hits snooze. My eyes open heavy. My body sore from yesterday's heels. Silent apartment. Small. Reality returning. And yesterday was, what exactly? A dream. A hallucination. A moment of temporary insanity. Memory returns in flashes. First dinner. Then golden lights. Then conversations that lasted hours. His hand covering mine. Heat. Electricity. Looks too intense. Unspoken promises. And that kiss on the cheek that still burns. I sit on the bed, head in hands, and I whisper, "What did I do?" Panic grows. Rises from stomach. Squeezes chest. Because I had dinner with my boss. Talked. Laughed. Held his hand. Agreed to see him again. Acted like it was possible. Like lines didn't exist. Phone vibrates. Riley. Of course it's Riley. "Tell me everything now." Sigh. Dial. She answers on first ring. "So? Was Trevor awful? Did you hate it?" "I told you. Trevor didn't show." Cut her off. Direct. Silence and then, "What?" He stood me up. Sent a message 45 minutes later saying something came up. Still bitter. "Cass, I'm so sorry. I'm going to kill him. Doesn't matter. Because something else happened." Pause. And I try to decide how to say it. "What?" Curious. Suspicious. "I had dinner with someone else." "Who?" Deep breath and I jump into the abyss. "My boss." Silence. Long, heavy, shocked. "You, what?" High-pitched voice, incredulous. "Had dinner with Jackson Steele. It was an accident, kind of." "Kind of? How do you accidentally have dinner with a billionaire boss?" "He showed up at the restaurant. Saw that Trevor didn't come. Offered dinner. I accepted." Simple when I say it like that, but nothing was simple. "Cass!" Riley screaming now. "You had dinner with your boss." It was just dinner. I try to minimize. And I fail. And now, the question I feared. Now I work normally. It was just dinner. One night. Nothing more. Convincing myself, not her. "Cass, I have to go. Work in half an hour." Weak excuse. "You're not getting out of this conversation," Riley warns. "I'm not. Promise." Later. Hang up before she argues. Get up. Enter shower. And the hot water doesn't calm. It just gives time to overthink. Yesterday was exception. Anomaly. Moment outside reality. And today I go back to normal. To invisibility. To safety. Put on uniform. Baggy gray clothes. Shapeless. Lifeless. Familiar armor. Pull hair into tight bun. It pulls scalp. Hurts a little. And that's good. It keeps focus. Put on glasses. Plain glass, but psychological effect. Look in mirror. Ghost back. Invisible. Safe. As it should be. Leave. Bus. Normal route. Arriving at mansion at 6 like always. But heartbeat's different. Nervous. Anxious. Scared. I'm going to see him. And he's going to see me. And everything will be strange. Awkward. Impossible. He'll forget. It was just a moment. Whisper to myself. Entering. Just work today. Normal. Simple. Go straight to kitchen. Start routine. Black coffee, no sugar. Start making it. Back to door. Focused. Breathing deep. 7:03. He comes down. Always comes down. 7:03. Hear footsteps. Masculine. Confident. Approaching. And body tenses involuntarily. "Good morning, Mr. Steele. Coffee is..." Professional voice. Distant. Perfect housekeeper. Footsteps don't stop at the island. Instead, they continue. Coming straight toward me. Turn. Confused. And he crosses kitchen. Fast. Determined. Straight at me. Before processing. Before reacting. His hand reaches. Takes off my glasses. Simple. Quick. And places them on counter. "Jax." "What?" Protest dies when he reaches again. Finds bun clip. Pulls. Hair falls. Loose. Dark waves falling on shoulders. Free. He takes step back. Looks. Evaluates. And then a small smile. Satisfied. Better. Freeze. Totally. Brain trying to process. "What are you doing?" Finally functioning. "You went back." Not a question. An accusation. "Went back to what?" Confused. Heart racing. "To invisible." "To hiding." Points at my clothes. Sweeping gesture. Disapproving. "This is my job. I can't." Automatic defense. "Can and will." Cuts. Final. No discussion. "Jax, yesterday was..." Try to explain. Rationalize. The beginning. One word. Absolute. Final. Silence. Him waiting. Me processing. World tilting. "You keep working," he says, organizing thoughts, declaring rules. But. No buts. Try to interrupt. "No hiding." Continues, ignoring protest. Hair down. No glasses. Clothes. Better. "You can't." Indignation grows. "I can." My house. Simple logic. Irritating. And then he pauses, voice lower. And I want to see you. Want. Word that tears down defenses. That disarms. That complicates everything. What if I say no? Weak challenge. He leans in. Close. Intense. Say no, but be honest. Do you want to hide? Long pause. Fighting with myself. With inconvenient truth. No. Difficult admission. Painful. Liberating. Then don't hide. With me, you're safe. Simple promise. True. Look at him, really look. Sincere gray eyes, open posture. Waiting for my decision. Okay. Small. Scared, but real. Okay. His smile grows. Satisfaction. Victory. Happiness. Good. Grabs coffee cup I made. Drinks. Eyes never leaving me. See you later, Cassidy. My name. Complete. Beautiful in his mouth. Leaves. Leaving me shaking, confused. Scared, but something else. Something dangerous like hope. Rest of morning passes strange. Work normally, but hair down. No glasses. Visible. And Marcus passes. Stops. Looks. Blinks. Then continues without comment. Noon. I'm cleaning living room when I hear voices. Jax's office. Door ajar. Marcus. Boss. This is... Shut up. Jax irritated. Problematic. She works for you. I know. Simple admission. And you're... What exactly are you doing? Pause. Can imagine Jax considering answer. Don't know. But I'm not stopping. Silence. Marcus probably evaluating boss's sanity. She's different. Jax continues. Voice lower. Vulnerable. Doesn't want anything. Doesn't ask for anything. Just exists. And I want to know her existence. Heart squeezes. Heat rises. Hearing things I shouldn't, but unable to move. Boss, you're playing with fire. Marcus warns. I know. Jax agrees. But it's worth burning for. Move away. Fast. Silent. Processing conversation. Chaotic heart. Afternoon. 3 o'clock. I'm organizing when doorbell rings. Delivery. Open door. Delivery guy with big box. Huge, elegant wrapping. Cassidy Warren? Yes. Confused. Signature here. Clipboard, sign. He delivers box, leaves. Look at box. Heavy, large, no sender. Take to kitchen. Open, tissue paper inside. Many layers. Pull out, and freeze. Dresses. 5 dresses. Each one beautiful, different, expensive, very expensive. Varied styles, different colors, but all elegant, beautiful, perfect. Underneath, small card, strong masculine handwriting, for when you want to be seen. Mix of emotions explodes. Irritation because he can't just buy things. Touched because he thought, chose, sent. Confusion because what does this mean? Idiot. Murmur, but smiling, betrayed by silly smile. Touch fabrics, silk, fine cotton, linen, everything quality, everything expensive, everything beautiful. Anger wins momentarily. So I march to his office, knock door, don't even wait for answer, enter. Jax at desk, papers spread, looks surprised by invasion. Cassidy, you can't buy clothes for me. Direct, firm, angry. He doesn't even look up from papers. Returns attention to document. I can. I did. I'm returning them. Empty threat. Do what you want with them, but I'll keep sending more. Feigned indifference. Irritating. Why? Frustration grows. Explodes. Finally looks. Puts down pen. Complete attention on me. Because I like seeing you happy. And you smiled opening the box. Freeze. How did you... Points. Corner of ceiling. Small camera. Discreet. You're watching me. Indignation. Invasion. But something else underneath. Something warm. Constantly. Admits. No shame. No excuses. Just fact. That's protection. Interrupts. Serious now. You work here. Want to make sure you're safe. Always. Solid logic. Irritating. Disarming. And the dresses? Return to original subject. Gifts. Accept or don't, your choice. But I'll keep sending because I want to. Because I can. Because seeing you happy is worth any price. Silence. Fighting between pride and gratitude. Between anger and being touched. I don't need charity. Last defense. Weak. Not charity. Gets up. Rounds desk. Approaches. Stops close. It's courting. Courting? Old word. Romantic. Strange coming from him. Yes. I'm courting you. Formally. Officially. Accept or don't, but understand the intention. Heart races. Legs weak. World tilting again. Jax. No pressure. No expectations. Just let me try. Let me know you. Let me see you. Vulnerable. Honest. Irresistible. Look at him, powerful man. Dangerous, feared. Vulnerable in front of me. Asking for a chance. Okay. Whisper. But slowly. Slowly. Agrees, smiling. Promise. Go back to kitchen. Dresses still spread out. Touch again. Choose one. Navy blue. Elegant. Simple. Wear tomorrow? Maybe. Because maybe invisible isn't safer anymore. Maybe being seen is worth the risk. Rest of day passes in fog. He works. I work, but looks cross. Small smiles exchanged. New tension. Good. Scary. 6 in the evening. Finish. And he appears in kitchen. Leans on doorframe. Dinner tomorrow? Asks. casual but hopeful. Tomorrow, confirm. Until tomorrow, Cassidy. Until tomorrow, Jax. Leave, light heart. Fear still present but hope growing. Dynamic changed, completely, irreversibly. Him interested, obvious, declared. Me resisting, poorly, weakly. And part of me, part hidden for 2 years, finally wakes, breathes, lives. Dangerous? Yes. Worth it? Maybe. Will I find out? Apparently yes, because Jackson Steele decided to see me, and I decided to let him, and everything changed. Chapter 6. Mini Plot.
This isn't over.
2 weeks since the red dress, 14 days of a new dynamic, a new normal that isn't normal, still working, because I insist on it, because I need the independence, the routine, the purpose, and yet everything changed, fundamentally, irreversibly. Hair always down now, dark waves free, no tight bun, no constant headache, no glasses, clear vision, literally and metaphorically. Better clothes too, not the expensive dresses he sends, not totally comfortable yet, but pants that fit, and blouses that show I have shape, and dinners. 3 times this week, different restaurants, conversations lasting hours, easy laughter, accidental touches that aren't accidental, growing tension, undeniable attraction, but still undefined, still unlabeled, just existing in this strange space between housekeeper and something more. Today is Friday, weekend coming, 6 in the evening. I finish work, grab my purse, and leave through the side door like always. Fresh air, setting sun, beautiful spring, and I walk to the bus stop 3 blocks away. A car stops alongside me, black dark windows, engine purring low. It's strange. My instinct alerts, but I keep walking, telling myself it's probably just coincidence. The door opens. A man gets out. Big, broad shoulders, cheap suit, cold eyes, and a smile that doesn't reach his eyes. Cassidy Warren? Rough voice. Probably a smoker. I stop. Danger screams in every cell. Who wants to know? Friend. His smile grows. Fake. Threatening. Message for your boss. He takes a step closer, invading my space, and now the threat is clear. Not interested. I turn to leave. Fast. Because instinct is screaming run. But his hand grabs my arm. Strong. Painful. Pulling. You're going to listen. Mistake. Big mistake. His last mistake. My body reacts before my mind processes. 2 years of defense classes with Riley. Muscle memory. Survival instinct activated. I turn. Use his pulling momentum against him. And my knee comes up. Fast. Strong. Full force. Straight to his groin. Contact. Impact. Immediate satisfaction. He doubles over with a choked scream. His hand releases my arm, his body curving in pain. I don't stop. I don't give time. My elbow comes down with all my weight behind it, straight to his nose. Bone meets cartilage. That satisfying crunch. Definitive. Touch me again, you! Rage explodes. Adrenaline pumping. Pure fury. Years of fear transformed into strength. He falls, knees on the ground, hands on his face, blood dripping between his fingers. Moaning. Pathetic. Fast footsteps. Multiple. Running. Mansion security. 2 big men, uniformed, weapons visible in their holsters. Ma'am, are you okay? The first guard arrives and assesses quickly. The man on the ground bleeding, me standing, angry but whole. I am. Firm voice, even though my hands are shaking now. Adrenaline starting to drop. Then another voice. Familiar, intense, desperate. Cassidy, Jax, running down the street. Suit messed up, tie loose, hair completely disheveled. Wild eyes, terrified. He arrives like a hurricane. Hands on my shoulders immediately, eyes sweeping my entire body, looking for injuries, blood, any sign of damage. What happened? Are you okay? Panic in his voice. Real, raw, vulnerable. I'm fine. I put my hands over his, calming, reassuring. I'm fine, Jax. He looks down and finally sees the man on the ground, bleeding, moaning, and he connects the dots slowly. He looks back at me, confusion mixed with something else. What happened? He repeats. Calmer, but still intense. He tried to grab me. Calm, surprisingly calm. Said he had a message for you. Jax looks at the man again, then back at me, his expression shifting as he processes. And you? I look at the man on the ground and shrug, almost laughing. Remembered I have knees. Sarcasm, because it's a defense against the panic that will try to come later. Silence. Guards look impressed, hiding smiles. The man moans. Jax processes, emotions crossing his face fast. Then it appears, small, growing, pride mixed with fury, satisfaction mixed with that need for violence against whoever dared touch what's his. You're okay? He asks a third time, hands touching my face now. Gentle, checking, looking for shock. Perfectly, absolute truth. He breathes deep, controlling himself, and then he turns, and the transformation is instant. The worried man becomes boss, predator, danger incarnate. Take him to the basement, Now, ice-cold voice, absolute command. The guards obey immediately, grab the man by the arms, drag him, and he tries to protest, words choked between blood and pain. Jax turns to me, a hand on my waist, possessive, protective. Come with me. Jax, I can go home. No, final, no room for discussion. Come. His tone doesn't allow argument, so I don't argue. I follow him back to the mansion, fast pace, determined, dangerous. We enter, and he takes me straight to his office, but he doesn't sit me down, doesn't comfort me yet. Stay here. 2 minutes, eyes locked on mine, intense. Need to deal with this. Be right back. Okay, I agree, understanding, accepting. He leaves. The door closes, and I hear footsteps going downstairs, going to the basement I know exists but pretend not to know about. 5 minutes. I sit on the leather couch, hands still trembling slightly, adrenaline finally dropping completely, reality hitting. I was attacked. I defended myself. I hurt someone. First time hurting someone for real, not just practice with Riley. The door opens. Jax returns. Different expression, darker, dangerous satisfaction in his eyes. Come, simple command. Where? Confused. I want you to see something. He doesn't explain more, just offers his hand. I take it, and he guides me out of the office, down the hallway, downstairs, down to the basement, an area I've never seen, never wanted to see. Metal door, guard to the side, nods to Jax, opens it. Concrete room, chair in the center, man tied to it, face swollen now, dried blood, eyes wide as he sees Jax enter. Marcus in the corner, arms crossed, observing clinically. Jax positions me beside him, hand on my waist, keeping me close, and then he looks at the man. Boss mode completely activated, posture changes, eyes become ice, presence fills the room, suffocating, terrifying. Who sent you? Low voice. Cold, dangerous. The man swallows, looks at me quickly, then back to Jax. Lorenzo, the name comes out trembling. Lorenzo Ricci. Jax confirms, not surprised, like he expected it. Message? The man hesitates. Fear clear now. Said you have a weak point now. He looks at me when he says it, meaning clear. I'm the weak point, the vulnerability, the target. Jax follows that look, looks at me, his expression softens for microseconds, and then hardens again as he turns back to the man. He takes a step closer to the chair, dominant, threatening, all power and danger concentrated. His mistake, voice still low, but loaded with violent promise. He looks at me directly, clear declaration. She's not weak. A pause, then his eyes return to the man. Final, absolute. And she's mine. Mine. Possessive. Ownership. Public declaration. In front of an enemy. In front of Marcus. In front of me. My heart races. Heat explodes in my chest. Something deep stirring. Acceptance. Satisfaction. Belonging. Tell Lorenzo, Jax continues, leaning until he's level with the man's face, that he's done. War ends in 3 days. His territory becomes mine. His business becomes mine. He becomes nothing. A pause, and then a cold smile with no humor. And if he gets near her again, if any of his people get near her, he won't have territory to lose. He'll have life to lose. It's a promise, not a threat. Absolute certainty. He nods to the guards. Release him. Let him deliver the message. Guards release the bindings. The man falls from the chair, legs weak, and he gets up, stumbling. Get out, Jax orders, and the man practically runs to the door, leaves. Hurried steps going upstairs. Silence in the room. Marcus looks impressed. I'm still processing everything. Jax breathes deep, controlling anger that's still pulsing. He turns to me. Transformation again. Softening, concern returning. Come. He guides me out, back to his office, sits me on the couch, and kneels in front of me. Hand, gentle command. I offer my right, knuckles slightly red. Small pain where I hit his nose. Jax takes it delicately, fingers tracing each knuckle, each mark. Inspecting. Hurt? A little. Nothing serious. You defended yourself. Statement, and there's clear pride in his voice. Defense classes. Riley insisted after previous job, I explain, watching him take it in. Smart, he murmurs, thumb brushing my knuckles gently. Survivor, I correct, because it's different. Because surviving is instinct, not intelligence. He looks into my eyes, long, intense, something deep passing between us. Is this going to happen again? I ask, because I need to know. I need reality without filter. He pauses, considers lying, and decides on truth. Maybe. My world is dangerous. I know. I always knew. 2 years seeing things, understanding the implications, accepting his reality. And you still want to be close? Low voice, vulnerable, real fear underneath, silence. I really consider, weigh options, danger versus feeling, safety versus possibility. I look at him, the man kneeling in front of me, powerful but vulnerable, dangerous but gentle with me, possessive but respectful. Apparently yes, complete honesty. Why? He needs to understand, needs a reason. Deep breath, and the first real admission comes out. Because you're worth the risk. Raw truth, exposed feeling, offered vulnerability. Something breaks in his face, defenses shattering, raw emotion appearing. His hands come to my face, framing it, thumbs caressing my cheekbones. Cassidy, hoarse voice, loaded, 1,000 unsaid things. Lorenzo will fall. Fast. Statement. Promise. Absolute certainty. Jax, nobody touches you, nobody threatens you. Never. Final declaration. Vow. I look at him. Scary intensity and comfort at the same time. Protector? Half joking, trying to lighten the weight. Possessive? He corrects. Serious. No shame. Raw admission. The word echoes. Possessive. Ownership. Belonging. Him declaring I'm his, and waiting for me to accept it. Okay? Simple acceptance. Clear surprise. Okay? You're possessive. I accept. I understand. As long as it works both ways. Both ways? Confusion now. You protect me. I protect you too. You're possessive. I can be possessive too. A challenge. Testing limits. Establishing balance. A slow smile. Devastating. Deep satisfaction. Fair. Completely fair. He stands. Pulls me up. Arms wrapping completely. Total embrace. The first real true hug between us. His body solid, warm, safe, masculine scent. Strong but gentle arms. Heart beating hard against my ear. Fast. Alive. Real. You scared me. He admits into my hair. Muffled, vulnerable. Saw on cameras him approaching and thought I'd lose you before really having you. I squeeze him back, comforting, reassuring. Won't lose me, not easily at least. You're strong, stronger than I imagined, stronger than you show. Survivor, the word defines who I am. Warrior, he redefines me, seeing more than I see. We stay like this, embraced, outside world non-existent. Just us, just this moment, just truth between us. Finally he pulls back, hands on my shoulders. Serious. Going to take you home. Security will follow you, discreet, just making sure. Jax, non-negotiable. Until Lorenzo falls, you have protection. 3 days. Accept, or I lock you here. Half joking, half serious. Totally possessive. Okay, I give in. Because it makes sense. Because the danger is real. Because his protection feels good. He drives. Comfortable silence. His hand on mine, intertwined on the console. He stops in front of my building, turns off the engine, and looks at me. Thank you. Unexpected. For what? For staying. For accepting. For being strong. For being worth everything. He lists it, and each word is true. I smile. Thank you for seeing. For protecting. For being possessive the right way. There's a right way. When it's you. Yes. Kiss on my forehead. Long, soft. A promise of more. Until tomorrow, Cassidy. Until tomorrow, Jax. I go up, still processing. Threatened, defended, protected, declared as his, accepted everything. And 3 days. In 3 days, Lorenzo falls. And me? I accept danger, accept protection, accept possession. Because he's worth it completely. Chapter 7, mini-plot, the X.
I needed that. It's time to move forward now.
2 weeks after the date that never happened. 1 month since the red dress. 4 weeks of a completely different life. Unrecognizable from the previous life, from the invisible life, from the safe but empty life. Lorenzo fell, exactly 3 days like Jax promised. I don't know the complete details, and I don't want to know everything. Better this way. Safer this way. But territory changed hands. Business transferred. Rival eliminated like a chess piece. Threat completely neutralized. The discreet security that followed me disappeared on the 4th day, and life returned to normal. New normal, at least. Normal where I'm seen, wanted, possible. I'm in the mansion kitchen, noon on a sunny Tuesday, golden light entering through enormous windows, warming cold marble, preparing lunch because Jax asked this morning, not because it's housekeeper obligation, but because I want to, because I like cooking for him, because the line between housekeeper and something more is completely blurred now, erased, maybe, certainly redefined. Hair loose in a low ponytail, strands escaping around my face, and I don't care about perfection anymore. I'm comfortable in imperfection. Light blue blouse, one of the 5 he sent weeks ago, finally accepted after useless resistance. Soft fabric, elegant cut, and I feel good, even beautiful. Dark jeans that fit perfectly, no disguises necessary, no armor required. Just me, just Cassidy. Low music playing on my phone propped on the counter, a soft pop song, something about summer and freedom, and I'm humming distractedly while cutting colorful vegetables for salad. Ripe red tomatoes, crisp green cucumber, bright orange carrots, sweet yellow bell pepper. My phone rings. The music pauses automatically. Unknown number on the small screen, no saved name. I answer distracted, holding the phone between shoulder and ear, my other hand still cutting, expecting an annoying telemarketer or a wrong number. Hello? Babe, finally got through to you. A male voice, too animated, horribly familiar, completely unwanted. Trevor. My body tenses automatically, muscles locking in recognition, the knife stopping mid-cut in the air, irritation rising from my stomach and souring my mouth. Tried calling you 1,000 times, but the number didn't work, so I got it from Riley. She resisted, but I convinced her. He keeps going, animated, chatty, not even noticing my icy silence, my lack of enthusiasm, my complete lack of interest. Sorry for disappearing, babe. Absolutely crazy weeks, insane work, super important client demanding total attention. You know how corporate world is. Constant pressure, but I thought about you, I swear, and I want to make up for everything. Let's have dinner? Today? Tomorrow? Whenever you can? I take a deep breath, controlling the growing anger, my hands squeezing the knife handle, fingers white from pressure. No, one word, single, cold, final, clear as crystal. There's a brief pause on his end, and then he keeps going like a steamroller. Oh, come on, Cass. Don't be mad. I'm really sorry. I know I messed up that night, left you waiting. Terrible of me, but let me fix it. I'll take you to an incredible dinner, that fancy place you deserve. Italian, maybe? You like Italian, right? Pasta, wine, candles. Romantic. Don't need it. Firmer now, my voice cutting, and the knife goes back to the carrot. Strokes harder than necessary. Orange pieces flying. Patience draining second by second. A longer pause this time. He's processing the rejection, and it's impossible to ignore, so his tone changes. Bitter replaces sweet. Accusatory replaces apologetic. The true ugly leaking out. Because you got someone else? Is that it? That fast? You didn't even give me a real chance to explain, to make up, to show I can be good for you. How long did it take, Cass? A week to replace me? Less? Were you waiting for someone better this whole time? A laugh escapes. Loud. No humor. Pure disbelief at his audacity, at the hypocrisy. None of your business, Trevor. Absolutely nothing about my life is your business. Cass, come on, stop this. Riley said you were alone. Kind of sad. Working a lot. I can help. I can make you happy. I just need a real chance. Riley doesn't know anything. I cut sharply. And now I'm irritated with my best friend, too. For giving information. For giving my number. For meddling. And you can't do anything. Absolutely nothing. Goodbye, Trevor. I hang up. Quick. Decisive. That simple. I block the number immediately after, fingers flying on the screen, because he doesn't deserve an elaborate explanation, doesn't deserve my time, doesn't deserve a single piece of thought or energy. I throw the phone on the counter and go back to the food, cutting with renewed force, irritation needing a physical outlet, innocent carrots suffering the consequences of misdirected anger. 10 minutes pass, my breathing calms, my heart slows, irritation gradually dissipates. I press play, the music returns, and I hum again, trying to recover the peace I had before. 15 minutes later, the doorbell rings. The sound echoes through the enormous mansion, long, insistent, someone pressing the button multiple times, impatient. Strange, I'm not expecting deliveries today. Jax didn't mention visitors this morning. His schedule was empty except office work. I wipe my hands on a hanging dish towel, cross the long hallway to the massive front door, and I open it without checking the peephole, because we're inside a high-walled property, armed security at the main gate. A complete system, always safe. Mistake, big mistake, dangerous assumption. Trevor, standing on the marble threshold, a confident smile completely misplaced, wilted flowers in his right hand, cheap white daisies, probably from a gas station, petals falling. He's trying charming. He's failing miserably, pathetically. Surprise, he announces loudly, arms opening theatrically, as if he's welcome, as if he's expected, as if he's desired. Came to pick you up for dinner personally. Thought, classic big romantic gesture. Flowers, show up at work, sweep you off your feet. I cross my arms immediately, defensive posture automatic, blocking the entrance, my body becoming the barrier between him and the interior. How did you find this exact address? I never gave my address, I'm always careful. Privacy matters, security matters. Riley mentioned you work at a big mansion in a nice neighborhood, so I searched GPS, mapped the area, only one really big mansion around here. Easy deduction. He's absurdly proud of himself, smiling wide. Come on, grab your things. I know an incredible Italian restaurant downtown. Reserve the best table, beautiful view. He tries to pass, tries to push the door gently, like he's invited, like he has the right. I step laterally and block him, solid, unmoving. No, loud, clear, no ambiguity, no space for misunderstanding. Cass, stop being difficult. Dramatic. You always complicate. His irritation grows fast, the smile cracking at the edges, the real ugly leaking through the fake charming mask. Problem, Cassidy? A voice behind me, deep, superficially calm. Danger underneath clear as a bell. Jax, coming from the left side hallway, silent steps as always, that ability to appear soundlessly, and his dominant presence fills the space immediately. Relief floods me, instantly, and nervousness comes with it too, because I don't know how he'll react, how this will end, how it will escalate or resolve. I turn slightly, looking over my shoulder. No problem at all. He was just leaving now. Back to Trevor. Clear expectation. Obvious implied order. A chance to leave with dignity offered. But Trevor is an idiot. Foolish Trevor. He looks past me, sees Jax for the first time, and then he really sees the mansion too. The enormous entrance hall, the high ceiling, the giant crystal chandelier, the elegant curved staircase, expensive furniture through open doors, art on the walls worth more than new cars, opulence everywhere, screaming serious money. I can almost see the wheel turning in his head, connecting dots slowly, confusion growing on his face. "Who's this guy?" he asks rudely, pointing at Jax with the wilted flowers like he's an object, not a person, not a human being deserving basic respect. Completely rude, totally disrespectful, certified idiot. Jax approaches in measured steps, deliberate, calculated, and stops exactly at my side. Not behind me protecting, not in front blocking. At my side. Equal. Partners. A united front. His posture is deceptively relaxed, but the threat is clear. Power emanating naturally, dominating without effort. Owner of the house. Simple answer. Short, cold, superficially polite. Absolute ice underneath. A brief pause, then. "And you are who exactly?" A tone that makes smaller people instinctively back down. Ancient instinct saying danger, survival, screaming caution. Trevor swallows, visibly, trying to recover his confidence fast. Her date, her boyfriend. "Came to pick up my girl." False possessive. Empty claim. Obvious lie. Ex-date. I correct immediately. Firm. No hesitation. No doubt. "Who didn't show up 2 full weeks ago when scheduled?" Important to clarify. Important Jax knows the truth. Important Trevor understands reality. "That was a big misunderstanding." Trevor starts. Weak excuse. Used 1,000,000 times. Useless. Jax cuts in, voice even colder. Patience visibly draining. Completely irrelevant. Leave now. One final word. Absolute command. Authority that permits no questioning. Trevor blinks. Processing. Trying to assess the situation. And then the idiot in him, his ego, his stupidity, decides to insist. "Wait. You work here in this whole mansion?" He looks at me, only now really understanding. As a housekeeper, cleaning bathrooms, mopping floors, disdain in his voice, surprise mixed with judgment. His eyes go down and up my clothes, evaluating, belittling, as if honest work defines human value. Anger boils instantly, but before I can answer, Jax changes. Subtle, but perceptible. His posture hardens, shoulders square, jaw locks. Muscles tense, eyes turn to absolute zero ice, danger multiplying. Problem with honest work, low voice, each word sharp as broken glass. Violent promise underneath. Trevor backs half a step, instinct finally waking up, even if his brain still hasn't caught up, but his mouth keeps going. Certified idiot. "No man, but like, Cass, you're smart, pretty, could work office, reception, something better than housekeeper when you could." My anger explodes, clear, hot, justified, years of judgment and belittling piling up behind it. "Better than you?" I cut sharply. Controlled, lethal. Clearly, I can do much better, and I definitely did. Heavy silence. Trevor is shocked, mouth open, processing slow. Jax at my side fights a growing smile, pride shining in his gray eyes. Me, firm, chin raised, shoulders squared, not backing down a millimeter, not apologizing. Jax takes a large step forward, eliminating the last space, blocking Trevor completely, dominating physically and psychologically. "She asked you to leave politely." His voice stays low, controlled, more dangerous because of that control. "Leave now, or do I make you leave physically?" Not a real question. A final warning, the last chance before action. Trevor finally looks at Jax fully. Height, taller by 6 inches, maybe 8. Muscles under the perfectly cut, expensive suit. Broad shoulders, a body that trains. Posture of a man used to obedience. Large hands, calloused, capable. Eyes that have seen terrible things, done necessary things, survived everything. And then recognition hits, like an anvil, like a runaway train. His face pales, color drains, ghost white. His voice trembles. Real fear finally showing. Steele, Jackson Steele, the Jackson Steele. The name comes out like a death sentence, because now he understands who he's facing, what world he invaded, how badly he's screwed. Yes, simple confirmation. Short, terrible, final. Trevor pales even more, and the flowers slip from his hand. White petals scatter on cold marble. Sorry, sir, I didn't know at all I never would have. Sorry, Mr. Steele, sir, please, pathetic stuttering, stumbling, zero dignity. Now you know perfectly. Jax interrupts. No patience. Leave immediately. Don't come back ever. Don't call anymore. Don't exist for her at all anymore. Crystal? Yes, completely Crystal. Understood perfectly. Never again, I solemnly promise, I swear. He backs up, stumbling over his own feet. Get out. Last word. Definitive. Trevor doesn't need to be told twice. He turns clumsily and practically runs to his car, parked crooked on the street. Hands shaking as he fumbles the door. Engine starts too fast. He stalls once, catches it on the second try. Tires scream as he leaves. Black marks on gray asphalt. Complete silence. The door is still open. I'm staring at the empty street where the car disappeared. Jack stays at my side, breathing controlled, calming the last adrenaline. Then laughter escapes. Inevitable. It starts small and turns uncontrollable, genuine, relieved, absurdly amused by the absurdity. He almost literally pissed his pants in fear. I manage between laughs. Jax laughs too, rich and deep, satisfied, tension dissolving. Good instinct of his, finally worked. I close the heavy door, turn fully to Jax, still smiling, relief flooding me. You scare people easily, only the right deserving ones. He answers, looking at me intensely, smile softening, eyes warming. Do I scare you? I pause, because he deserves honesty. Sometimes yes, concern flickers, but I speak fast before he misreads it, before he pulls back. Good way. I step closer, closing the space. Makes me feel alive. Alive? Curious. Yes, alive, real, present. Good adrenaline. You're intense, and that wakes me up. He gets it instantly, and I can see the satisfaction on his face. He's an idiot. Complete, certified idiot. You deserve infinitely better. I have better. I look straight into his eyes, that devastating smile. Lunch is going to burn. Let it. But we go together anyway. Back to the kitchen, saving the food, eating, laughing. Trevor? Forgotten. Just us. Chapter 8. The Shift.
And I wouldn't have it any other way, my love.
1 month, 30 exact days since the red dress, 4 complete weeks since my life turned upside down, since carefully constructed invisibility became scary visibility, since known safety became unknown possibility. Changes happened, subtle but deep, small but significant, transforming everything gradually, inexorably, wonderfully. I don't hide anymore. A conscious decision, a daily choice, and a strange freedom. Hair always down now, natural waves falling free over my shoulders, sometimes tied in a high ponytail when I'm cooking or cleaning, but never that painful tight bun, never that self-imposed prison, never necessary armor. Beautiful clothes now too, not shapeless uniforms, not depressing gray disguises, but blouses that fit me perfectly, pants that show I have a real body, existing curves, and occasional beautiful dresses that Jack sends regularly, and I accept now without protesting much. Sometimes I even thank him. I still work, and I insist on it firmly, because I need financial independence, mental structure, my own purpose that doesn't depend on him. But the dynamic changed completely, irreversibly, wonderfully. Breakfast is no longer a mechanical silent transaction at 7:03, cup prepared automatically, thanks murmured without looking, invisibility carefully maintained. Now it's a sacred ritual, something we look forward to. He comes down punctually. I've already prepared coffee perfectly, but then we sit together at the Marble Island and talk about plans for the day, about night dreams, about nothing important. Sometimes 15 minutes, sometimes an entire half hour, losing track of time, laughing easily, accidental touching that's definitely not accidental. Lunch together too, always when he's home, not locked in the office in endless, tedious meetings. I cook, and he appears in the kitchen inevitably, steals cheese pieces while I prepare, raw vegetables, nibbling, and I slap his hand laughing, empty threats to ban him, and then we eat at the island talking about everything, about nothing, domestic, simple, perfect, an impossible normal that became our reality, constant looks, always, incessant, inevitable, me working, cleaning the living room, organizing the bookshelf, and I feel the physical weight of his gaze. So I turn, and he's watching me from the distant hallway, leaning on the doorframe, with that small, satisfied smile when I catch him. No shame at all. Him working, concentrated on important papers, and I enter the office to deliver a document, fresh coffee, any excuse, and his eyes lift from the papers immediately, stay on me too many seconds, minutes even, undeniable heat burning the space between us. Marcus observes everything, of course. Right-hand man, always present, sees everything, understands everything, and says nothing for respectful weeks. Until today. I'm leaving the mansion. Normal end of day, 6 o'clock punctually, purse on my shoulder, and Marcus arrives at the same time, so we meet at the front door. Cassidy, he nods, always polite, consistently respectful. Marcus, I smile genuinely, still walking toward the gate. Boss is still in office. Casual information. Unnecessary. I know. Already said goodbye. Truth. Quick kiss on his cheek moments ago. A new developed habit. A silent promise of tomorrow, of continuity. Marcus hesitates, visibly, and that's unusual for him. And then he says, "Can I ask something personal?" I stop completely and turn, curious, intrigued. Sure, always. Are you two officially dating? Direct, no unnecessary beating around the bush. Marcus never beats around the bush. A long pause. How do I answer honestly? Not officially, I admit. Technical truth. But in actual practice, he insists. Sharp analytical eye. I sigh, and a small smile slips out. Yes. In practice, yes. He nods. Processing. And then he asks the question that really matters. And when will you make it publicly official? I don't know how to answer, because we never discussed it. So I shrug honestly. Don't really know. We haven't specifically discussed that. Marcus smiles. Small, knowing, mysterious. He's waiting patiently. Waiting for what exactly? You to be completely ready. Simple, apparently obvious to him. I think about it the entire way home. Crowded, noisy bus. Noise around me irrelevant. Mind distant. Processing. Ready for what exactly? For an official label? For a declared public commitment? For an open declaration to the world? Am I afraid? Maybe a little. Afraid of ruining something perfect, of losing something precious, of not being enough for his complicated world. But do I want it? Absolutely. Desperately. Completely. 3 days later. Quiet Tuesday night. We're having casual dinner. Just us two. Cozy kitchen. Italian pasta I made carefully. Red wine he opened. Candles lit, because yes, need to ask something important, Jack says suddenly, fork nervously twirling pasta. Unusual behavior for him. Okay. Expectation grows immediately. Heart accelerates. Important business event. Next Saturday. Annual charity gala. Very important. Big clients present. Powerful investors. Necessary presence mandatory. He explains in detail, still avoiding a direct look. Need official date. My heart accelerates more, and the implication lands fully. Okay. He finally looks at me. Direct. Intense. Vulnerable. Come with me, please. As what exactly? I need absolute clarity. I need complete certainty. Date. Real. Official. Public. 3 words, each loaded with meaning. Terrifying, exciting. Jax, this is, I start, fear rising in my throat. What I desperately want. He cuts in, firm, and his large hand covers mine on the table. Warm, an anchor. Do you want it too? The moment pauses. The world pauses. Time pauses. Everything pauses. Waiting for my answer. Fear versus intense desire. Safety versus calculated risk. Hiding versus being seen completely. Publicly, I take a deep breath, and the decision is already made. Yes, I whisper. Small, scared, but absolutely true. His smile is worth everything. It lights up his entire face, warms the room, melts my fear. Then come, be mine. Yours, I confirm. And the word comes out easy, natural, true. Saturday arrives too fast. Way too fast. And my nerves grow exponentially every day. Friday afternoon, a special delivery arrives. Huge, elegant box. Luxurious wrapping. My name in gold calligraphy. I open it carefully, heart racing. Dress. Deep red. Red again, obvious, but different. An evolution, obviously more expensive immediately. Luxurious silky fabric. Perfect custom cut. Clearly haute couture designer. Something costing more than 6 months rent easy. Maybe an entire year. Card inside. His strong handwriting. Red, always you. I call immediately. I can't wait. Red again? I'm laughing. Incredulous. Deeply touched. My absolute favorite color. His voice is warm, satisfied, happy. Now, I ask, smiling like an idiot. Since you wore it first. Red is you. You're my favorite. Therefore, red favorite. Simple logic. His logic. Devastating. Perfect. My heart melts completely. You're impossible. But I'm irrevocably yours. He says it confident. Certain. Yes, I agree. Voice tight. You're mine. Saturday night finally, 7 o'clock punctually, and he picks me up personally. He doesn't send a driver, doesn't send an empty car. He comes himself. Perfect impeccable black suit, elegant black tie, absolute masculine elegance. I open my apartment door, and he sees the red dress hugging my body perfectly. Professionally waved loose hair. Artistic makeup Riley insisted on doing. 3 hours. delicate high gold heels. He stops completely, literally stops breathing. Breath catches visibly, and his eyes travel slowly, very slowly, reverently, taking in every minimal detail. Beautiful. One word. Reverent. Almost religious. Absolutely true. You look beautiful too. Honest. Because he's devastating. Pure masculinity. He offers his arm formally, and I accept graciously, and we descend the stairs carefully, and the car is waiting below. Not his sporty BMW, but something bigger, more elegant. A gleaming black limousine, a professional uniformed driver, and Marcus in the front passenger seat. The trip is silent at first, his hand holding mine firmly. Completely intertwined, mutual anchor, reciprocal comfort. Nervous? He asks low. Terrified. I admit, honest. Me too. He confesses, and it surprises me. You? Nervous? Impossible. Possible. Because it matters. You matter. Simple. Devastating. We arrive. Huge luxurious hotel. Impressive grand entrance. A literal red carpet extended. Numerous photographers. A curious crowd. Absurd extreme opulence. We exit slowly. Flashes explode immediately. Blinding. Questions shouted simultaneously. Organized controlled chaos. Jax ignores everything professionally. Firm hand on my waist. Possessive, protective, proud. Guiding me through calmly. Inside, an enormous ballroom, massive brilliant crystal chandeliers, elegantly decorated tables, people in expensive designer attire, low sophisticated conversations, palpable wealth. Everyone looks. Absolutely everyone. Conversations stop abruptly. Heads turn in sync. Eyes evaluate. Judge. Curious. Shocked. Who is she? I hear a whisper. Not as discreet as intended. Jackson Steele with a date. Impossible. Another. Genuinely shocked. Thought he never brought anyone personal. Always alone. A third. Completely confused. Must be important then. A fourth. Speculating. My body tenses automatically. Discomfort growing rapidly. Oppressive visibility. Jax feels it immediately. He always feels it. And he leans close. Lips brushing my ear. Ignore completely. Everyone is staring. I whisper back. Obviously nervous. Let them look. You're beautiful. They're simply admiring. Absolute unwavering confidence. Or critically judging. I'm always realistic. Let them judge too. He repeats, firmer. Their opinion doesn't matter at all. Only mine matters. And I say definitively, beautiful, perfect, mine. I relax slightly, breathing gradually calming. We walk together. He greets important people. Firm handshakes. And he introduces me each time. Cassidy Warren. No extra explanation. No reducing label, just my full name, full dignity, and then, inevitably, I see her, Vanessa, crossing the ballroom straight toward us, determined in that inappropriate tight gold dress, determination painted on her made-up face. Jax, darling, loud voice, obviously fake. She stops in front of us and ignores me at first, completely. Didn't know you'd come. We could have come together like always. Jax tenses at my side, irritation palpable, mouth opening to respond curtly, but I speak first. Months of invisibility are over. My voice is mine. He came with me today. Simple, firm, clear, no ambiguity. Vanessa finally looks at me. Really looks. Contempt barely hidden. Oh, the little housekeeper again? Still humbly working for him then? I smile. Small, sharp, confident. Yes, I work. And you are who exactly? She blinks. Didn't expect that. His ex. Previous serious girlfriend. Oh yes. I nod. Theatrical fake comprehension. That's why you're alone here then. Abrupt silence. Jax audibly chokes beside me. Trapped laugh. Fighting a full guffaw. Vanessa turns red instantly. Anger and humiliation. You little... Cassidy. Jax cuts in quickly. Controlled voice. But clearly laughing underneath. Shall we dance now? Would love to. Sweet, polite, and internally victorious. We leave Vanessa standing there, furious, humiliated, audience watching, wide dance floor, elegant live orchestra, classic Viennese waltz, sophisticated and beautiful. He guides me expertly, firm hand on my waist, the other holding mine gently, perfect posture, smooth movements, confident lead. You dance incredibly well. I say it. Genuinely surprised, admiring, surprised by my skills, small playful smile. You're a man of constant infinite surprises, I admit, honest. Always good surprises? There's clear hope in his voice. Always absolutely the best. Complete sincere truth. We dance, spinning, gliding, music wrapping around us the moment suspended. Then he speaks. Low, suddenly serious. Cass, this here, us two, what is it exactly? The question we avoided, secretly feared, and needed. Honestly, my breath pauses. Don't know how to define. Want to know the definition? He challenges gently. I'm afraid to know. Raw admission. Completely vulnerable. Why exactly? He's confused, worried, because if it's real, I might eventually lose it. The central fear. Exposed. He stops. Completely abrupt. Middle of the floor. Dancers around us still moving, but we're a still island in the motion. Won't lose. Absolute declaration. His eyes fixed on mine. Never. Jax, I start a weak protest. Won't lose me. Never ever. Solemnly promise. Formally swear. You're hopelessly stuck with me now permanently. Firm. Serious. Absolutely true. Tears burn hot. Happy and scared and relieved at the same time. He leans in. Slow. Deliberate. Giving me time to pull back if I want. I don't pull back. I don't want to. Not ever. His lips touch mine. Soft first. Testing. Then firmer. Definitive. Possessive. Consuming. First kiss. Our first true kiss. Real. Middle of the public dance floor. With music continuing. With people watching. Completely public. Irreversible. His arms wrap around me and pull me closer, impossibly. The kiss deepens, and the world disappears. Only us. Only this moment. Only truth. When we finally separate, we're breathless, faces millimeters apart, identical growing smiles. Applause. I realize it vaguely, distantly. People applauding, smiling, witnessing, celebrating. Everyone saw everything. I whisper. Realization hitting. Perfect. He's satisfied. Proud. Now everyone definitely knows. You're mine. Officially. Officially. Really? I need to hear it. Completely officially. Publicly. He kisses me again. Quick. Sealing it. And there, in the middle of the elegant gala, in the significant red dress, with a public kiss that declares everything, it all changes irreversibly. No more vague undefined, no more hidden unofficial, no more private secret. Real, official, public, ours. And for the first genuine time, I have no fear at all, because he solemnly promised. And his promises never break. We're us. Finally, officially, completely, publicly, us. Chapter 9, together.
I think this is it.
Yes.
3 weeks since the gala kiss. 21 days of being officially, publicly, indisputably a couple. 21 days of happiness I didn't know was possible to exist in real life, outside the books I used to read hidden. Dating. The word still sounds strange in my head. New. Scary in a good way. Like skydiving must be. Adrenaline mixed with terror, mixed with pure ecstasy. The first weeks were adjustment. Finding new rhythm. Establishing different dynamic from what we had before. More balanced. More equal, more us. Still work, insist on this with stubbornness that sometimes irritates Jax, but that he respects because he knows me, because he understands I need this independence, this own structure, this purpose that's only mine and doesn't depend on him, or relationship, or anything external. Still clean, still organize, still cook, but now it's conscious choice, not imposed obligation, not survival necessity, but genuine desire to care for space we increasingly share. But relationship changed. It's balanced now in way it wasn't before. He's not just my boss I serve coffee to. I'm not just invisible housekeeper he ignores. We're partners. Equals, people who choose each other daily. Mornings are my favorite part now. Wake up early still. Habit of years doesn't die easy, but now it's not to run and arrive at mansion at 6 sharp afraid of being late. It's because I want to be there when he wakes up. Want to be first thing he sees. Want to start day together. Prepare coffee as always. Black no sugar like he likes. But now when he comes down at 7:03, there's no thanks murmured without looking. There's kiss. Long sometimes. Deep other times. Always necessary. Always perfect. We sit together, talk about dreams we had during night, about plans for day, about absolutely nothing important, and everything is important because we're together. He works less now, deliberately, consciously, active choice to prioritize time with me over endless meetings and business that can wait. Marcus complains sometimes, joking but serious underneath, that boss went soft, that he's neglecting Empire because of girl, but Jax just laughs and says Empire exists to finance life, not replace life. And I'm his life now. Nights are ours, sacred, untouchable. Dinners we cook together, him surprisingly competent in kitchen when he wants to be, conversations lasting hours about everything and nothing, philosophy and nonsense, past and future, laughing so much my stomach hurts, constant touching because we can't stay away from each other, irresistible magnets, and more, everything more, growing intimacy that scares and thrills me simultaneously, discovering each other completely, shared vulnerability, trust built brick by brick. Today is Thursday. I'm in kitchen preparing lunch. He should be in office meeting, but hear footsteps. Turn. He's in doorway watching me with that expression I now recognize. That look meaning he's thinking something important. Processing decision. What? Ask. Putting down knife, wiping hands on apron. He enters. Walks to me. Hands on my shoulders. Serious but not scary. Need to talk to you about something important. Heart slightly accelerates. Old instinct of fear, but breathe deep. Trust him. Okay, talk. Go back to college. Says, direct. No preparation. No beating around bush. Blink. brain stalling, processing words. What? Literature. The course you put on hold. Finish it. Firm. Decided. As if obvious. Jax. I can't afford tuition. Start. Cruel reality hitting. I'll pay. Interrupts. That's simple. As if discussing buying coffee, not years of expensive education. No! Too loud. Too vehement. But panic rises. Don't want your money. Don't want charity. I can't. It's not charity, Cassidy. Cuts. Hands framing my face, forcing me to look in his eyes. It's investment. Investment in what? Confused, scared, hopeful. In you. In your future. In our future. Each word heavy, significant, loaded with promise. Silence. Processing. He's talking about future. Our future. Long-term. Permanence. I can't just accept. Try again. Pride fighting against desire. Can and will. Stubborn. Impossible. Or we do this. You accept now. Go back to school, and when you finish course and get job in area you love, you pay me back if you absolutely insist. But you will go back to school, Cassidy. We'll finish what you started. We'll realize dream you postponed out of necessity, because you deserve it, because you're brilliant. Because I want to see you shine completely. Tears burn. Throat tightens. Emotion overflows. Jax, please. Rare word from him. Vulnerable request. Let me do this for you. Let me help you reach what's rightfully yours. Fight with myself. Pride versus opportunity. Independence versus acceptance of help. But look in his eyes and see pure truth, unconditional love, genuine desire to see me happy. Finally whisper, yielding, accepting, but I pay back, every penny, with interest if necessary. His smile lights up entire environment. Deal, even knowing I'll refuse money when you offer. Stubborn, accuse without heat. In love, corrects, kissing me soft. 2 weeks later, I'm enrolled, part-time to manage to continue working part-time too. Delicate balance but possible. Night schedules and weekends. Understanding professors when I explain situation. First class back. Contemporary Brazilian literature. Sit in old desk. Open new notebook. Pen in hand. And happiness explodes in chest so intense it almost hurts. This is what was missing. Own purpose. Personal growth. Dream finally realized. Get home. Our home technically his but increasingly ours. He's waiting in living room. Stands when I enter, anxious expectation on face. How was it? Asks before I take off shoes. Perfect. Simple answer. Insufficient for magnitude of emotion. Absolutely perfect, Jax. I'd forgotten how incredible it is to be in classroom. Discussing literature, analyzing text, thinking critically. He pulls me, complete hug, tight, warm. You're radiant, literally glowing. I'm happy. Admit into his chest. So happy it scares a little. Doesn't need to scare. Murmurs in my hair. You deserve all happiness in world. And I'll spend rest of life making sure you have it. Rest of life. Casual phrase for him maybe, but for me carries immense weight. Implicit promise. Imagined future. Following Saturday, Riley finally meets Jax officially. Not just glimpse or my stories, but proper dinner. Formal introduction. Best friend meeting. Boyfriend. Important scary ritual. Casual but good restaurant. Italian downtown. Riley arrives characteristically punctual. Vibrant green dress. Confidence walking. Hugs me tight. Then looks Jax up and down without any shame. Evaluating. Judging. Protecting. So you're the famous boss. Declares. Doesn't ask. Crossing arms. Yes. Jax responds simple. Not intimidated. Respectful but firm. Hurt her. Riley continues. Low voice but threatening. And I kill you slowly. Don't care who you are, how much power you have, how many security guards you employ. I'll find you. I'll kill you. Tense silence. Me holding breath, worried about his reaction. But Jax just smiles. Small, respectful, serious. Get in line behind me. If I hurt her, you won't need to kill me. I'll do it myself. Riley blinks. Didn't expect that answer. Then smiles too. Satisfied. Nodding. You'll do. Can keep her. Thanks for permission. Ironic, but warm. Dinner flows easy after. Conversations and laughter. Riley telling my embarrassing stories. Jax loving each one. Me dying of embarrassment but happy. So happy seeing two important people in my life getting along. Weeks pass. Routine establishes. Happiness normalizes in good way. Don't take for granted anymore. But don't live with constant fear of losing either. One night, lying on his giant living room couch. My head on his chest, his fingers distractedly playing with my hair, comfortable silence between us. Question arises. Inevitable. Necessary. Why me? Ask low, vulnerable. Of all women in world, beautiful, rich, powerful. Why me? He stops playing with my hair, body momentarily tenses, thinking, carefully considering answer. Why you what exactly? Questions back. Buying time. Of all women you could have, who probably threw themselves at your feet for years, why choose invisible housekeeper? Specific, real fear underneath curiosity. Long silence. Then he speaks. Low voice. Honest. Rarely vulnerable way. Because you saw me when I was invisible too. Confusion. Didn't see you, Jax. Worked for you, but you barely knew my name. No. Insists. Sitting up. Pulling me to sit too. Wants to look in my eyes for this. You saw when I was tired, stressed, alone, saw things nobody else saw. What do you mean? Genuinely confused. Coffee appeared on my desk exactly when I needed it, without asking. Music in house subtly changed when I was tense. Something calmer, softer. Office temperature always perfect, even though I never mentioned preference. Small things, Cass. Hundreds of small things during 2 years that showed you paid attention, that you cared, that you saw me as person, not just boss, not just money machine, not just power. Tears burn. Hadn't realized he noticed, that those small attentions meant something. You noticed all that? Voice tight. I noticed you, Cassidy. Every small attention, every silent care, every moment of kindness you thought went unnoticed. I noticed. Kept each one. Just didn't admit to myself what it meant until red dress forced me to finally see what was in front of me all along. And what was in front of you? Need to hear. My future. Simple. Devastating. True. My present. My person. You, Cassidy. It was always you. Kiss is inevitable. Necessary. Desperate. Communicating what words can't completely. When we separate, foreheads together, breaths mixed, he whispers, I love you. First time saying those words. 3 words that change everything, that promise everything, that are everything. I love you too. Respond. Absolute truth. No fear, no doubt. Love you so much it scares. Doesn't need to scare. Repeats words from weeks ago. Love shouldn't scare, should liberate, and it liberates. For first time in life, feel completely free, free to be seen, and to be loved. Free to be myself completely. Together, happy, planning future that before seemed impossible, now seems inevitable. Right, ours. And for first time, believe in happy endings. Because I'm living one. Chapter 10, Red Dress Anniversary.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
1 year, 365 days since the red dress, 12 complete months since that night that absolutely changed everything, since the moment I decided to be seen, since the instant Jackson Steele finally looked and really saw me for the first time in 2 years. Today is the anniversary, not just the anniversary of the dress, but of us, of the beginning of everything, of the transformation from invisible to visible, from ignored housekeeper to loved woman. Life changed in ways I never could have imagined that nervous night when I left the staff room wearing red for the first time, heart beating out of control, hands sweating, hoping Jax had already left like he always did at 7 at night, not expecting to encounter him in the hallway, and definitely not expecting the sequence of events that followed. I graduated 3 months ago, at the graduation ceremony where Jax sat in the first row and applauded louder than everyone when my name was called. Pride radiating from him visible from miles away. Literature, finally. The diploma I thought I'd never have. The dream realized after years postponed. And it didn't stop there, because I got a job, small but respectable, at a publishing house, working with books like I always wanted, reading manuscripts, suggesting edits, helping authors find their voices, living the dream that seemed impossible a year ago. We live together now. Officially, not just me spending more and more time at his mansion until gradually never going back to the cramped apartment, but a real move, agreed upon, decided together. Half of his enormous closet is mine now. My books occupy shelves in his library. My presence is in every room. Our house, not just his. Happy doesn't begin to describe it. Fulfilled barely touches the surface. Complete is the only word that even comes close. This morning, I woke up alone in the giant bed. Strangely, because Jax is usually at my side, arms wrapping me possessively even in sleep. But today the bed is empty, and the sheets are cold where he should be. Confused, I get up, put on the silk robe he gave me, and walk barefoot through the bedroom toward the bathroom, and that's when I see it. On the bed, where it hadn't been before, there's a large box with elegant wrapping, and a huge red bow. My heart accelerates immediately, recognition hitting fast. Because he did something. Obviously did something, and Jax and surprises are a dangerous combination, wonderful and exciting. I go back to the bed, sit, pick up the box carefully, heavy and substantial, and I open it slowly, tissue paper inside, many layers, building anticipation. I pull the paper away and freeze. A dress, red. Yes, a red dress. Not any red dress, but an almost exact replica of the original, that first one I bought with 3 months of savings, the one I wore that fateful night, the one that started everything. Same style, same cut, same exact color, but improved. Obviously more expensive fabric, impeccable stitching, clearly designer, and yet the essence is identical. Underneath, a card, his handwriting I know so well now. Wear it, date at 8 p.m., same place where it all began. J. A laugh escapes, incredulous and emotional, and I murmur to the empty room with my cheeks hurting from smiling. Again? He's really doing this again. The day passes in an anxious fog. Him purposely disappeared, with a message that just says he's taking care of details, that he'll meet me at 8, that I shouldn't be late, and a kiss emoji that somehow makes it worse in the best way. 8 at night finally, and I get ready carefully, the red dress hugging my body like a glove, hair down and waved like that night, similar makeup, but more confident now, and high gold heels completing the look. I look in the mirror and see a transformed woman, no longer the scared girl hiding beauty out of fear, but a confident woman who knows her worth, who knows her power, and who isn't afraid to be completely seen. The car arrives punctually, not Jack's driving, but a professional driver, and Marcus in the passenger seat turning back with a smile. Boss is waiting, Cassidy. Thanks, Marcus. I get in, nerves and excitement mixed equally. The trip is familiar, the route the same as a year ago, my heart racing in a similar way, but for totally different reasons now. We arrive, the restaurant, the same restaurant from the first time, where he took me after Trevor stood me up, where we talked for hours, where everything started to irreversibly change. I enter, and the hostess smiles, recognizing me immediately. Miss Warren, Mr. Steele is waiting. Special table prepared. She guides me through the dining room, not to the main area, but to a private section in the back I didn't even know existed, a discreet door, and she opens it and gestures for me to enter. And the scene steals my breath completely. The same table where we sat a year ago, the private corner table, but transformed like magic. Red rose petals covering the entire table, hundreds of candles scattered throughout the space, soft golden lighting, soft live piano music playing in the corner, romance beyond description, and Jax, standing beside the table, impeccable black suit, black tie, holding a huge bouquet of red roses, a nervous smile on his face, rare vulnerability visible. Jax, the word comes out tight, emotion already overflowing. You're stunning, he says, voice hoarse, eyes traveling reverently, as always, like that first night, like every day since. I walk to him slowly and accept the flowers, the sweet smell enveloping me. This is all necessary, he interrupts gently, and his eyes don't leave mine, because today is special, anniversary of us, of everything. He guides me to sit, but he doesn't sit across from me. Instead, he stands there looking at me intensely, like he's preparing himself for something. 1 year ago, he begins, controlled voice with emotion underneath. You left home wearing a red dress. My smile grows, tears already threatening. Going to a bad date, I say, laughing wetly. The worst date that never happened, he agrees, smiling too. And the best thing that ever happened to me, because it brought you to me. Jax, you don't need to. I start, but he raises a hand gently. I need to. Let me talk. I take a deep breath and nod, and I let him. 2 years you worked for me. 730 days you were in front of me, and I never really saw you. I was blind, Cass. Blind by choice, by convenience, by absolute stupidity, and you were invisible because I chose not to look. He pauses, and the emotion in his voice grows heavier, more intense. Then that night, red dress, hallway, you transformed, impossible not to see, and everything changed. You made me see, Cassidy, made me realize I was living in darkness, that I was dead inside, that I was just existing, not living. You made me feel again, happiness, fear, hope, love, everything I'd buried for years. You unearthed, forced me to feel, saved me from an empty life. Tears flow freely now. No shame, no trying to hide. You made me live, Cass, really live. Wake up excited, genuinely laugh, plan a future beyond business, want more than money and power. Want you, only you, always you. And then he moves. And he lowers, one knee on the floor, unmistakable, undeniable. His hand goes to the inner pocket of his jacket, and he pulls out a small red velvet box, opens it, and the ring inside is dazzling, a huge sparkling diamond. Perfect. Cassidy Warren. His voice trembles slightly. Complete vulnerability. You see me when I'm invisible. Love me when I'm imperfect. Complete me when I'm broken. You're my present, my future, my person. My entire life summarized in one incredible woman who has the courage to wear red. A laugh escapes between tears. A happy, wet sob. Marry me. Please, say yes. Make me the happiest, most complete, most alive man in the entire universe. Marry me. Silence for a second. The world paused. The moment suspended. You're absolutely sure? I need to ask. Last insecurity. Residual fear of not being enough. Never been so sure of anything in my life, he says immediately. No hesitation. Absolute truth. You're my certainty, Cass. The only certain thing in an uncertain world. The only constant in a life of variables. Marry me. Yes. I say, and it comes out strong, clear, with no doubt at all. Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes, Jax. I'll marry you. His smile explodes, pure joy radiating, and he takes the ring from the box, hands trembling slightly as he slides it onto my left finger. Perfect fit, like it was made for me, because it obviously was. He stands fast and pulls me up too, and then the kiss is immediate, deep and desperate. Celebration and promise and love and future all concentrated into one breathless moment. I love you, he murmurs against my lips. Love you so much it scares. I love you too, I whisper back, hands framing his face, thumbs wiping tears I didn't even notice he shed. Forever, promise, forever, he agrees, sealing it with another kiss. Epilogue. 2 years later. Life has a funny way of surprising, of taking you from invisible to visible, from housekeeper to wife, from alone to completely loved. 2 years married now, a small but perfect wedding, just close family and intimate friends, Riley crying more than me, Marcus making a hilarious, embarrassing speech, and Jax promising in vows written by him that he'd always see me, that he'd never let me be invisible again, that red would be our color forever. Life is different, wonderfully different. I have my own company now, a small publishing house but growing, 2 employees besides me, talented authors trusting me to bring their stories to life, a dream beyond the dream realized. Jax is semi-retired, business gradually transferred to Marcus and other competent people, keeping only legitimate projects, nothing questionable, nothing dangerous, stability and peace deliberately chosen. We bought a house. Not his enormous mansion, but a large, comfortable house perfect for us, with a huge library for my books, a spacious office for my work, a beautiful garden where we plant together, and a rescued dog named Red, naturally, who follows us everywhere. Happiness. That simple. Complicated too, but real. Tangible. Ours. Today we're on a trip. A quick getaway to a beach house we rented. A weekend just us celebrating the approaching wedding anniversary. Night is falling, the sun disappearing on a beautiful orange horizon. Dinner on the deck overlooking the ocean was perfect. And now I'm in the bedroom changing into something more comfortable when I see it in my suitcase. Red lingerie. I bought it specially, a surprise for him. Delicate lace but daring. Obviously red because red is our color, our story, our beginning. I put it on, look in the mirror, and my smile grows as I hear Jax downstairs. Waiting, probably pouring wine. I go down the stairs slowly, deliberately, shoes clicking on the wooden steps, announcing my arrival. He's pouring wine in the living room, back turned. Then he turns at the sound, and the glass freezes in the air, eyes widening as they travel over me slowly, instant heat igniting, desire unmistakable. That, he says, voice hoarse and loaded, is absolutely the red dress I like best so far. I laugh and walk to him, swaying slightly with the confidence he gave me. Funny, but you never stop liking. Promise. He abandons the glass, his hands pulling me in until I'm pressed against him completely, heat between us incendiary. Never, he says, simple and absolute and true. Red is you, you're mine, therefore, always favorite red. Simple logic, basic math. The kiss is inevitable. Consuming, a promise of the entire night ahead and the entire life ahead, forever built brick by brick since that first red dress. Thank you, I whisper against his lips. Suddenly serious. For what? He asks, confused. For seeing me, for choosing me, for loving me completely. Thank you, he says back, forehead on mine, eyes closed, a sacred moment. For having the courage to wear red, for saving me from an empty life, for teaching me to see, for being you. And there, embraced, red lingerie between us, the life we built around us, I realized the simple truth, deep and beautiful. She was invisible until choosing to be seen. He was blind until learning to look. Sometimes all you need is the right dress and the courage to wear it. And we had both, the red dress, the courage, and that infinite love. And they lived happily ever after isn't cliché when it's truth. It's just life, our life, perfectly imperfect, completely ours, forever in red.
Now 3 secrets hiding in plain sight, just like Cassidy once did. Red appears exactly 4 times as clothing. The red dress manifests physically only 4 times. The original date dress, the gala designer dress, the proposal replica, and finally, as red lingerie in the epilogue. Each marks a complete transformation in their relationship status, from strangers to dating to engaged to married. The 703 mystery. Jax comes downstairs at exactly 7:03 every single day for 2 years. Never 7 o'clock. The story never explains why this specific odd time, but Cassidy noticed and remembered this tiny detail, showing how deeply she observed him even when trying to stay invisible. Trevor's accidental heroism. Trevor appears in only 2.5 chapters, but is technically the hero of the story. If he had actually shown up to that date, Cassidy would have gone home, changed back into her uniform, and likely never been seen. His failure created there forever.